What is up, everybody? We are back for another episode of JNS Philly Sports Stop here on the South Florida Tribune Media Network. I'm your host, as always, Stephen Rychel. The man shaking his head to the right of me is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Justin Fiorilio. Justin, obviously not the result we were looking for. And,
You think, Steve? I thought we wanted to get bounced in the first round by the Niners and lose to their pretty much backups and have A.J. Brown drop 3 passes. And yeah, that's what I thought we wanted to do, I was thinking about that. I thought that'd be a really nice performance of them, but oh well.
I think it's funny everyone's blaming Jake Elliott for it. I'm like, if A.J. Brown catches those balls, there's multiple different scores that are put on the game. If the Eagles don't commit the penalties they're doing, one of the one of their touchdowns would have been a field goal, and we're not having this conversation.
Exactly.
So this is, you go again with our tagline for today was drop passes and missed opportunities cost the Eagles the game against the 49ers. So what is up, Mr. Eddie Prather?
Hey, that's our guy Eddie. Appreciate you, Eddie.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Eddie's always here on the South Florida Tribune. Just definitely got to give him some love.
Eddie, let me ask you a question. Did you think that the Niners were going to pull off this upset, or were you full belief that the Eagles were going to get this dub? So he'll write that when he gets a chance.
He's a Boys fan too. Got to remember that he's a Boys fan.
Oh well, he's probably rooting for the Niners now.
Thank you. Listen. I'm hard on him. I've been hard on him all season because me and Justin have actually talked about this. Some of the stuff that he's just been really inconsistent the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Patullo, AJ, I'll give you that. I'll also put it on the coaching staff. Just some of the stuff that went on in that game is just like, listen, we got a lot to mull over, so to speak, and we're gonna get into that. Like the last play, I'm gonna pull this up real fast. The last play, what are we doing here?
They're running verticals pretty much. Why are you running verticals?
Nothing underneath. No post in on the outside guy to go across the inside to kind of get the nothing. It is so vanilla. It is sickening.
Yeah,
it is sickening.
And I got to rewatch the play again because I've already seen it a couple times. But it looked like Hurts just. I mean, there's probably nothing really he could have done in the situation before he got sacked or something. But he just threw it to Goddard. It looked like he's covered by 3 freaking people. He had no chance to catch the ball. The play design was awful. You're right. I mean, you're running 4 verticals pretty much. You got Smitty and Brown on each side opposite of each other, just running straight pretty much. I mean, what the hell? We don't need a touchdown there. We need a first down. So. It's mind numbing, dude. This play calling this whole year was just awful. Thank you for your sorriness,
Mr. Rosin Robot. Appreciate the condolences for us. We're going to be digesting a lot of that. We're also going to be going over a few different things as well that kind of coincide with all this. It's a lot for us to digest right now. Obviously, it's a fresh open wound. And
like I said in the beginning, it hasn't hit me yet. It has not hit me yet. It feels like we could be like, all right, we're on to Chicago and hopes are alive and we're still gonna go back to back, and it's like, oh shit, man, we're bounced into this. There's an old quote, Steve, that it goes like this: when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And that's what the Eagles were this whole season. We knew it from the get-go that they were not who we thought they were. So
yeah, but the Bills, man, there's some more crow I got to eat because I thought
the Bills ran a tush push, and they were going all off season about how they don't want to run. They want to ban for player safety, and without the damn tush push, their season would have ended.
Right there. We and you talked about this on your program.
Yeah.
Tank needed carries. Listen, don't get me wrong. Saquon showed up. Yeah. I get it. He had a drop at the end. He had a drop at the end. So
he had a nice 29-yard run though early in the game. That was nice.
Yeah, he had a couple nice runs that people everyone was talking. Listen, I thought the offensive line played slightly better yesterday. I'll say it that way. There's some plays I felt that Jalen got himself out of. There were some times that there wasn't any real pressure in the pocket. wasn't collapsing. The way that it does for most people, and he was just getting out of it, and he was rolling out, going away from where he'd be able to make plays. I felt that if he doesn't bail on some of those plays and just stays in the pocket a little bit, just a little bit longer, he would have a better opportunity of making some plays down the field. But I agree with you, Eddie. Jalen should be in that 29 to like 31, 32 passes a game. That's the way this offense runs best.
Well, I've been saying it all year. They need to run Jalen Hurts more. They don't run him a lot, like designed.
But what happened the one time that they did call his number and he ran it? All right, runs it for a first down, boom, penalty. We talked about this, about the missed opportunities that this team was doing.
Yep.
What's your worst football ick?
Kevin Patullo.
Yeah, but there's another thing Eddie's bringing up that I've been talking about, the RPO. Like, where did that go? It was one of the things that if you look over, from 22 to 24, it was one of the things
Foles. Nick Foles was the king of the RPO. Oh my God, he was the king of it, bro. But you're right. I mean, where'd it go? Where's the creativity? The Niners scored a touchdown on a trick play yesterday. Our offense doesn't even know what the definition of a trick play is. I mean, come on. Yeah,
it was rough to watch it as it was developing, but it's stuff that we had already talked about throughout the year. That it was just basically we're beating on a drum here, so to speak, and it was tough to digest in parts of it. Some of the things you have to look at on it, and just it is what it is type of situations. Here you go. I got another one from the chat. I'll definitely give it back to. Who is your favorite quarterback except Jalen Hurts right now?
Favorite quarterback?
Let's take our Philly hat off for a second.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite quarterback in the NFL?
That's a great question. I'd probably go. What's funny is we've had a bit of a rivalry with him, and he had our number a few times. But I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan, not necessarily for his play because he's not the best, but his whole just his demeanor and stuff.
Eddie's on the Drake May train.
Drake May.
I'm gonna go a little different. Listen, this guy so reminds me of Donovan McNabb's career. It's uncanny. He got his first road playoff win last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen. He is doing the most with nothing. Yeah. He's got three scarecrows two scarecrows as wide receivers, because now he's got Brandon Cooks over there, and they found that deep ball again over the last few weeks.
Oh yeah,
I'd say he's going with Josh Allen too. See that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and hey, look, this could be Josh Allen's year, because he's like the best quarterback left in the damn.
Now that we're out, I so want Josh Allen to do it. Not just for Josh Allen, but just Buffalo in general, because they've been so close so many years. I would love a 49ers Bills Super Bowl.
The Buffalo Bills fan base is us, except in Buffalo. Like, they're passionate. They're starving for a championship. They are a sports town and all that. They were us before 2017, right? Like, the Buffalo Bills are us right now, like before 2017. You know what I mean? Like, they're starving for a championship. They've never won one. They're a passionate fan base, and I'll root for the Bills as well right now. If I had to root for anybody,
I think the Texans are going to win.
I got the Texans too. Yeah,
Texans. But I think the Texans are going to win.
Me too. I got Texans. Yeah, give me the Texans.
All right, so we got West Philly Blacks in here. Jalen Hurts plays too tight. He takes too long to pass. The average time was given in the pocket was 3.5 seconds, which is a lifetime in the NFL. I already said I don't know if you were here for it, West Philly Black, but it was one of the things that I said that if he would have just hung out a little bit more, let the play. I get it, you have to get out of there because you don't want to get sacked, you don't want to take a loss, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. But I felt that he was abandoning the pocket a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And yes, he does. I think he does his best when he stands tall in the pocket and is able to observe the field and make plays. I don't know what happened yesterday. I don't think like we were talking about when we first hopped on the program. I don't have Jalen in my top 5 list of reasons why we lost yesterday.
Yeah.
I felt he played a good game. I mean, having multiple different players have multiple different drops at crucial moments. It wasn't like you dropped the ball in first. Like he was having guys drop balls at the worst times.
Yeah.
At the worst times, Saquon Barkley drop. Right after you take a loss on the running play. He was wide. There was nobody around him, and it was one of those just your basic running back out hitches type thing. Just dropped it.
Yep.
Devontae Smith had a crucial drop. We had to punt the ball. We already know AJ Brown. There was 2 or 3 plays that it's hard to digest. It's really hard.
Well, the one on 3rd and 11 was right in his hands across the middle, and if he catches that, he's gone at least 20, 30 yards. He's making a big play.
That's what I was sitting there saying. There's a couple plays that just really it cost us, and I don't like to be the one if this happened, if that happened. Listen, these guys are paid millions of millions of dollars. His cap hit next year is $72 million. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to have to eat my words from last week because I was sitting there saying no matter what, if I hear the trade talk with AJ Brown, I'm coming after people with bats that are kneecaps.
Yeah.
After a game like that, after what happened this season, after what happened on the sideline, I don't know if Coach Sirianni was calling him out for the drop or apparently from the broadcast I think he was just trying to tell him to get off the field type of situation.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what.
But it doesn't matter because AJ Brown reacted kind of in his face too. It doesn't matter what he said.
Yeah. Regardless of what happened, in the moment, in the heat of the moment, these guys are going to get in each other's face.
Yeah. But to
I'm
your point, Steve,
I'm a tea guy myself. Rose and Mr. Bod. So.
Oh man. Oh, just keep it simple. Just a beer, man. Just through the beer. Whatever's the cheapest at the link, I'll take.
Now, obviously, we're going to have to touch on a few things, right? Since we're on the AJ Brown thing, first and foremost was, after the game, just went around to a bunch of his teammates' lockers, dapped them up, hugged them, and walked out. Didn't address the media. For a guy that likes to express his opinions on social medias and stuff like that, it's a hard thing to understand. And it's not even for the media, for us, for the fans, for the paying customers, for guys like you that are at 90% of the game. He owes you a response to what happened. And I think this is the nail in the coffin right here. Left his game jersey on Q's locker, signed up.
Wow, that's my first time seeing this. So he left his jersey on the locker for Q.
He signed it basically. All pro Q, proud of you, and that was probably one of the last things he did. So if that's not an ominous message right there, I think that might be the last time we see AJ Brown in the Eagles uniform. And
wow.
And here's the reason why. If this is AJ Brown 2 years ago, he doesn't drop those balls.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that I've been talking about throughout the year. I kind of, I know AJ's been upset about how much he was getting targeted, how much looks he was getting, etc. I get that. I get it. But I also think that he's not the player he was 2 years ago.
Well, he's not. I mean, statistically, he's literally not. I mean, I think to an extent, he's literally not. I mean, he's not falling off, but he's just not the same player. I don't know if they don't use him the same or whatnot. Obviously, this year they didn't, but you're right. He's not 2022, 2023 Jalen Hurts. AJ Brown, sorry.
But
always defending freaking Jalen Hurts.
He's got Jalen Hurts on the brain.
Yeah.
I just think, listen, I don't know if it's the wear and tear of the NFL, whatever it is. I think he's starting to wear down for whatever reason. And
he looks like older a little bit in his face. I mean, it sounds so stupid take, right? Well, dude, people get older, Justin. What are you talking about? But I'm saying, he looks like Like he doesn't go look at video and pictures of him from 2022 and 2023 and stuff, and then look at him now, and he aged a good bit, kind of. Like he doesn't look like the same guy. He literally doesn't.
The stress of being in Philadelphia has aged him 5 years and 2 years.
But here's the crazy part, Steve, is he's still AJ Brown. He's a phenomenal player, and let's say he walks this offseason, right? So we're gonna go into next year now with no AJ Brown on the team, because now that reality would set in. It's like, oh shit, like we've kind of taken him maybe for granted because he's been a centerpiece of our offense for so many years now, you know? Mm-hmm. So if you don't have AJ Brown, okay, I get it. You're going to maybe get a nice draft pick. You draft a receiver in the first round. You work with Smitty and you sign Goddard, all that stuff. But you don't have AJ Brown. So like, what do you do next?
Now I'm actually going to entertain it, right? I'm actually going to entertain this because I wasn't willing to entertain it after seeing what happened on the field.
Yep.
Seeing how stuff that on the sideline, how he responded after the fact. I'm going to entertain this, right?
Okay.
Let's call the Raiders up, see what's it going to take to get Max Crosby in here. Maybe.
What's funny is that's not such a bad trade because Max Crosby ain't going to win nothing there. AJ Brown ain't going to win nothing there. But like AJ Brown could go there, get his numbers, and be happy there. And we'll get a great player that's going to win and help us on our defense. Max
has talked before. He did a podcast before they came out here this season. Talked about how much he loves the area, he loves the atmosphere, he loves the fans.
Yeah. Vegas needs a number one. They need a better receiver. They need a receiver. So I think
since Devontae Adams left, they don't have a number one.
They don't have him anymore. So they don't like who's their top receiver. I actually don't. I probably jumped.
I think it's the tight end.
Yeah. Brock Powers.
Yep.
So there you go. I mean, that's actually. I know you said, well, let's entertain this, but I think it's because of Max Crosby and all those hints that he wants to play in Philly. But it's really when you look at it from AJ Brown's side too, and the Raiders side, it kind of makes sense, right? Like little bit.
You put him in Vegas, who's thirsty.
He'll fit perfect in Vegas.
The media is not going to be as crazy as we are here. I think the fact that they have the number one overall pick, they're going to have a young quarterback who's going to want to look to air the ball out. I think it kind of makes sense. I mean, elsewhere, like you're going to have to get listen, when you're also going to have to trade picks with this, right? Give them maybe one of your comp picks in the middle rounds there or so, and swap superstars. You're gonna have to get something back to kind of offset what you're gonna lose there. But I mean, me and you talked about this is the laundry list of guys you have to potentially bring back is substantial. Reed Blankenship, Nakobe Dean, Jalen Phillips, Olajari, Brandon Graham's not coming back. Uche, I mean Dallas Goddard. We were just talking about Grant Calcaterra. The whole
time Grant can't block Calcaterra.
Jahan Dotson should be going elsewhere. AJ Dillon probably won't be back. Fred Johnson, who did more than an admirable job for filling in for Lane Johnson. Tosin Pryor, flip a coin. Sam Howell, was basically on the inactive list all year. Right off the top of my head, your first three there: Reed, Nakobe, Jalen Phillips, and then the last guy there, Brandon Mann. Like I think you're underestimating what you got out of him as a punter over the last few years.
Yeah.
So I think the better part of the middle of this list will probably go. I think Dallas Goddard won't be back just to the simple fact. I mean, the numbers he had, like he's going to require top 5 wide receiver talent money, and then he also set an NFL record of being the first tight end in NFL to have a rushing and receiving touchdown in the same game. So I mean, it's going to be rough. He set, career, career numbers for himself, franchise numbers as far as receiving touchdowns. He's going to require top 5 money. And being that you have to deal with the AJ Brown situation, you're going to have to take a cap hit. I think that also might spell the end of Reed Blankenship because you're not going to have the money to bring him back.
Oh, no. The exciting whites. It's not just going to be the exciting white. Cooper DeJean, I guess. Or
I mean, it'll definitely suck because I think but that you already have a Macumba back there that he was doing really well before the injury. Next year might be Lane Johnson's last year. You're going to have to address that. We have a lot of things that we have to address. So, the thing now is with all that being said, is this window, like we were just talking about, the Lions window's closing. Is our window closed now?
I'll tell you what, if we screw up this offseason, it could be. I mean, it could start closing, but I think we're still in an open window, obviously. I think we're in an open window. I mean, look, I really believe, Steve, this whole season came down. This sounds really like a scapegoat and just like too much blame on one person. But I really think this whole season came down to Kevin Patullo and how bad the play calling was. And that it's a lot of other things. But that's the main thing. And the fact that it was so bad and never got fixed, if you just bring in an offensive competent mind, a Mike McDaniels or someone like that, and like this offense gets going, like they won the Super Bowl last year. So like their window, I mean, I know the players, they have to re-sign some players, but Howie's a cap genius. He's going to bring back some of those top players on that list you just showed. And once he brings them back, I mean, we're going to have a formidable squad. Let's assume A.J. Brown is an Eagle next year. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Howie re-signs Goddard. I mean, I don't know. Why would you not consider them a Super Bowl contender next year if most of the same pieces come back?
I think it's because you look around at this NFC as we were talking about it. It's not wide open. I think the Bears shown that not only can they compete and hang with the best, is that they're almost impossible to put away.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've seen, what were they down 21-3 at one point in time?
Yep.
To the Packers, like that's like you got to tip your cap to them and just be like, man. So I mean, you have an NFC West where three different teams had over 10 wins.
Yep.
You can't talk that away. And the 49ers are missing like 80% of their defense.
Yep.
So I mean, like you have to put these things into perspective. So I mean, we were talking about how young that defense was and how cheap it was. It's gonna change over these next few years. So you have to figure out where you want to locate some of that money and kind of figure things out there. So we got a lot of things to address in the offseason. A lot of things.
I agree. Yeah, it's going to be what do you think they do in the draft?
Eddie. I really don't think that matters that they're going to have a first place scheduled next season. I really don't.
Well, the schedules change every year, but then so does the quality of the teams that they're on the schedule, right? Like there are teams that are better than you think and worse than you think once you start playing them and stuff, and you just don't know. But yeah, we'll see.
The turnover rate in the NFL is crazy because we were the only team this year that won the division title the previous year. So it's what did that matter? Because we were one and done, and that's going to get
nothing, right? But
with the coaching,
it's the only
other thing that I said we were discussing either the last week or the week before when we were talking about the Kevin Patullo thing, and one of the graphics I pulled up, we were talking about both Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni being axed. Well, if you look at this thing and think about it, if you're going to axe him, it better be this year, and it better be to go after somebody like John Harbaugh and then have Mike McDaniels as his offensive coordinator, where you can go pick both of those guys up and
yeah.
Now, I'm going to pull this one up, this is a kind of a goofy list. People would rather have Kevin, like you have Mike McDaniels, you got Brian Dabble, Cliff Kingsbury. I really wouldn't want him here. And then obviously this graphic shows some stupid 6-year-old cousin that he hates.
Yeah. Hey man, let's go get that guy from Indiana, Kurt Cignetti. He'll be our new head coach. I'll take him. He's the man, dude. He's the only guy I want coming in to take. I guess if we're gonna fire Sirianni, I'll take Cignetti.
I'm gonna touch on this one because Kevin Stefanski is another Philly guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
After what I seen, what
I
he
like
did
Stefanski, yeah.
to Shador Sanders last year,
Mm.
you are out of your mind. I want him nowhere near this team. What grown man gives his quarterback a fake playlist to put on his wrist?
You have to remind me of this story. So he gave Shador Sanders a
All
fake
right,
play.
I think it was the second or third game. He's calling a play, and like everyone's looking at him like he's nuts.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
come to find out, it was like it was a fake play sheet.
Oh, wow.
How do you
Well,
let your quarterback go out there on the field with a fake play sheet in his
Well,
wrist?
on second thought, I'd like somebody here that's going to call actual real plays for us. So that'd be nice. So I mean, if that's kind of a weird, crazy story, but yeah, I mean, I do know Stefanski had a lot of beef. I think with Shador. I don't think he never liked it, like or
I mean,
something.
let's be honest. That's been all well and good. If that's who your front office is saying, hey, you need to run with this guy, then you need
Yeah,
to put all your eggs in that basket. Regardless if
yes,
you liked him, if he was your pick, or if you'd rather have Dylan out there, that's fine. But you have bosses and you have a job to do. When you purposely, put your young quarterback in a position because of a product of your doing, that is exactly why he's fired right now. Can
yep.
you imagine that? Him having an argument with Jalen Hurts and putting a fake play sheet in his wrist. Like,
Yeah.
could you imagine what the Philadelphia media would have done to Kevin Stefanski?
I'll say this much, Steve. I'll take that fake play sheet over Kevin Patullo's real play sheet any day. But I agree with you. I agree with you. And hearing that story, it's bringing some refreshing my memory on that. I mean, yeah, I don't want none of that drama going on. The only thing I didn't even want Stefanski when the writer first wrote it up as the head coach. I'll take him as an OC. But now that you're saying all that, I mean, that's a little bit alarming. But I never wanted him as the coach. I still want to give Sirianni the next year because we've proven we can go to the Super Bowl twice with Sirianni and win it one
When
time.
he's had a competent offensive coordinator
Yeah.
that he doesn't have a direct hand into.
True. That is factually, literally true. Yeah, when he's not like,
All right, so when he
Yeah.
had Shane Steichen, not his guy, not
Yeah.
anyone from his tree, anyone like his buddies or anything like that, they go to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah,
Next year, Brian Johnson, right? His guy that he brought in, that he hired. We already know what happened in 2023, right?
yeah.
Kellen
It's
Moore, you can't tell me Kellen Moore was his guy. Cannot tell me Kellen Moore was his guy. Now there was times during that season we felt that there was stuff going on, and I believe that was Mr. Sirianni meddling into what he wanted the identity of the team to be.
mm,
That then Kellen Moore figured out like, hey, our offensive line is playing lights out. We have this bell cow, behind our quarterback. Let's lean on him a little bit. So
yep, yep. Well, you know what, Steve?
we didn't have any time. If you go and think about this one, Eddie. Like, how much time do you really have? Right. So, and that's the only thing I'm happy about what's happening right now is because that we're gonna have the pick of the litter. Right? Nobody's hired any coaches yet. Nobody's hired anything as far as that. You're getting firings. You're getting mutual walk away situation. I don't really think they had a whole lot of opportunity. Then by the time the Super Bowl was over and everything like that, it was just, well, let's hire somebody in house and we don't have to do a search.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that plays a part into it. But now, absolutely now, when you have somebody like Brian. And Brian Daboll's not a bad option as your offensive coordinator. Let's keep that real for a second. Like everyone wants to talk about, what happened to him in New York, and he was dealing with the New York Giants. Stop, like give the man a reprieve here.
Well, yeah. Do y'all remember Brian Dable in Buffalo? He was pretty good. I mean, he was. I think that's a good point. I think it's how he got the damn job in New York. So I think if some guys are better being coordinators too. I mean, you look at Josh McDaniels or New England. I mean, he had a head coaching job, didn't work out. He finds a fit in New England. He's still rocking there now. So I mean, some guys, Vic Fangio was a head coach in this league, but now Vic Fangio has found a home here in Philly as a coordinator. We want a guy who, who wants to be here consistently. Jalen Hurts, by the way, since we all assume.
But I think with what we've seen this season with the penalties and stuff that's coaching.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yes.
coaching as 100% coaching. So being the fact that he is struck out with his offensive coordinators when it was put in his hands to do it, that a lot of the problems that we had this season was just the inconsistency with the discipline of the players is coaching.
Yep.
So as much as I want to sit there and say Nick Sirianni should be given a year, what happened when we held on to Andy Reid too long, right?
Yep.
Like, oh, he'll do better next year. He'll get it right next year. How are you the offensive guy and you don't have a clue on how to do it by yourself?
Yeah, kind of a micro example of that. Look at John Harbaugh and the Ravens. They were kind of the last few years. They're like, well, he's John Harbaugh. We're going to give him an extra year, another chance. And they finally just said, enough's enough.
Up until his firing, him and Mike Tomlin are the longest tenured head coaches in the NFL.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if we were one of those teams that reached out to Harbaugh last week.
Yeah,
when he was fired, I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, let me ask you this, Steve, just to clarify: do you want Harbaugh? Are you okay with Harbaugh firing Sirianni and Harbaugh as the head coach, or you want Harbaugh as the OC, or either one?
No. Listen. If Nick Sirianni is also axed right along with Kevin Patullo because of the failures over the last 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a Super Bowl win mixed in there, but that was also when you had a guy that was brought in from outside.
Yeah, that would be kind of wild, right? If you saw a report that Nick Sirianni was fired a year after he won the Super Bowl, right? Even after this year, it'd be kind of crazy. We all think that Sirianni's going to stay, and Patullo's obviously gone, right? But it would be kind of crazy if they did axe Sirianni.
But because of the AJ Brown situation, how do you sit there and sit there and say he's a leader of men? I'm not sitting there saying like he doesn't. Here's the thing: like you have to hold everyone accountable. We obviously have to hold the players accountable. The coaches also got to be held accountable too.
Oh yeah.
So I like Nick. I like the fire and energy he brings and stuff like that. You have to have more than that. You have to bring more to the table than that.
Yeah.
Do they look like? Did they look like a prepared team over the last month? No, not really. Okay, so what is he doing exactly as a head coach? Listen, I've been a Sirianni. I wasn't at first, but like after seeing what they would put together, now you have to think that was just pure. The players were outplaying what the coaches were showing them. You have to take a real look at that.
I mean, I hate to be disrespectful to Coach Sirianni here, but part of you does think, did he just inherit a super team, and then you get actual guys that know how to call plays, X's and O's, and they have success with the guys, and when you don't have good...
Eddie, he should have already fired him. He shouldn't have been a part of this team over the last month of the season. When you have Dan Orlovsky breaking this down, and they literally copied and pasted... I think he said it was like something along the lines of 5 plays that were literally the same exact plays.
Yeah.
You ran it 4 times in the fourth quarter and got absolutely nothing out of it, and you draw it up again on the last play of the game.
They even took their time. You saw it on the TV, whatever. You guys saw that. Hurts is talking to Patullo. All that time, and you run basically 4 verticals. That's what you call. And like I said, you didn't need a touchdown there. You needed a first down. It's ridiculous.
So, I discredited that they were conjoined. A week ago, 2 weeks ago. I can't say that right now. I can't.
Yeah. Now, we talked about this a lot of times, Steve. We talked about, well, would you have made the decision to pull the plug on Patullo a few weeks ago? And we're like, well, it's too late in the season. You don't do that too late. But let me ask you that now. Do you think, well, shit, I mean, because I think
we should have did it the bye week.
I agree. I
mean, as much as look, you have enough guys in the room that they could have put an offense together. You could have brought in guys that have been a consultant. We talked about this. You could have brought in a Doug Peterson or something like that. There's guys out there that can help this team. I'm not sure if it's on that list of people we say.
Kevin,
Brian Patullo, Mike McDaniels, all these guys are, you need an offensive guru at this point in time. You need it.
Yeah.
Especially if the possibilities looming that you're not going to have your top 10 star receiver on this team next season, that you're going to have to go make a trade and move him, which is going to cause problems.
Yeah.
Going to cause not just money problems, just problems in general, because regardless of what's happened on the field this season, him and Jalen are best friends. They're best friends. He's the godfather to one of his children. They are best friends, regardless of what happens as far as the job is concerned.
Yes,
in actual life, they're actually friends. So
yeah, let's be clear about that, in case anybody might not understand it. They personally wise, Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown have an amazing relationship, even right now. It's like personal.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. And listen, I do think some of the stuff like depression, anxiety, and
who knows? Yeah, it's a good question.
Some of that inside stuff is kind of what's fueling some of this stuff with AJ. But
yeah,
I mean, you can't let that interfere with how you perform on a regular basis.
Because he's given us depression and anxiety. No chance.
Would Frank Reich come back, Eddie? I mean, Stanford didn't retain him. So technically, under all intents and purposes, he's a free agent and would be able to pursue another situation here in Philadelphia. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that right now. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing that reunion, so to speak. So.
My instinct is that the new offensive coordinator next year, believe it or not, Steve, will not be anybody on that list. My instinct is he's going to be kind of like a no-name-ish guy who's like this bright young genius or something. We're going to find out who he is in a few weeks here. You know what I mean? He's going to be some guy.
I don't think that Nick is smart enough to do something like that.
I hope somebody is, man.
Like he's a creature stuck in his ways that he has to do it his way, and like he's water trying to turn the rock to the way he wants to do. Yeah, it may take some time, but you're in Philadelphia, man. You don't. And here's the other thing to think about it too, right? The only time obviously we were talking about he's been to the playoffs, each of his first 5 years, but he's been out in the playoffs in the wild card round now 3 times.
So it's almost like.
It's either go to the Super Bowl or you're out in the first round. So,
I mean, I'll take that if that means winning the Super Bowl like we did. But I mean, damn, talk about up and down, right? Like bounce in the first round or win the or make it to the Super Bowl. Like what the hell?
So yeah, like he may get another year. I'm not sure. This may just be conversation, but it's hard to discontinue the both of them and sitting there saying that. When you're hearing reports that there's going to be massive coaching turnover. When I hear massive, I think it's more than one guy.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, let me ask you this, Steve. We're both Eagle fans. If Sirianni got canned tonight and him and Patullo are gone, wouldn't reality kind of set in and we'd be like, oh, shit, we have now a new coach who's going to come in with all this superstar talent and maybe we can, utilize it correctly. I'm not like right? I mean,
You're right, weekend wingman. We do need to get some more Flyers love, and obviously we're just about 40 minutes into the hour program. I promise you, next week we will get to some Flyers love. I do have some Sixers and Phillies points that I'm going to get to over the rest of the program, but I promise you, stay with us, my friend.
Yeah. Here's my quick Flyers point. They had a home game today, and it was so depressing. They had a few Flyers fans. I saw a report. They're in the parking lots right now. The day after the debacle yesterday, there's a Flyers game tonight, and they're playing stickball or stick hockey in the parking lot right now. Warming up, tailgating for the game tonight, and there was like maybe 10 people in like an empty parking lot. That was it. So that's but the Flyers are doing.
I don't think a lot of people have bought into the team yet. I said at the beginning of the year, I like them bringing Tocchet. I like some of the things he's showing them. I do like the fight and fire we're seeing from this team. Like they're fighting. They're holding their own. They are a playoff team right now. So if you are a hockey fan. And you haven't gotten to tune into the Flyers, listen to Weekend Wingman, man. The Flyers need some love. They need our support too. They were the backbone of fandom, in this city for the better part of the 70s into the 80s, even the 90s.
Philly's low key like a Flyers city, low key, but it's an Eagles city, but it's kind of like a Flyers. Like Flyers are like the real kind of passionate.
Wingman, you're tugging at my heartstrings because Justin's been hearing enough of the Hall of Fame nonsense out of my mouth. I think they all need to be revamped. Guys like Reggie Lease absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. It's not the Philadelphia in me, that the homerism and things like that. We were talking about it on this program a few weeks ago that Chase Utley is more than likely going to be a Hall of Famer this time next year.
Yeah.
Mark my words. If he is not, because I heard when everything was said and done, when all the votes came out, he's 66%. 66%, right? If he's 66% and we just watched Jeff get into the Hall of Fame, Chase Utley will be a Hall of Famer next year. I hope that Dale Murphy and Andrew Jones of our most hated, our second most hated rivalry in the division, the Atlanta Braves, should absolutely be into. But yes, Reggie Leach, Hall of Fame. We need to make that happen. Flyers fans, start making some noise. Start pissing off the commissioner of hockey, and let's start making some petitions here.
Yeah, Steve, start your own damn Hall of Fame.
One last Eagles topic before we switch off, and I get to some other things. Is we did get one good thing that happened this week, that both of our boys from last season are first team All Pro. Didn't get the Pro Bowl votes, but guess what? Quinyon Mitchell is a first-team All-Pro, as he should have been. His numbers have backed it up. He has been absolutely Guantanamo Bay here in Philadelphia. So you got to give Coop and Q their love as far as that goes. Mattingly, yes, Eddie Mattingly, Don Mattingly.
Yes. That's a name that you've been. You're just so happy that he's on the freaking staff now too.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna get to Phillies in a second, and yes, we do really need to find our. I agree with that. That we've flip-flopped our identities over the last few years. Are we a running team? Are we a passing team? I think we are a running team when our offensive line is healthy and they perform at the level that they did in 2024. They didn't do that in 2025 for whatever reason, for the injuries. Whatever, were teams starting to figure out, what Jeff Stoutland was doing. I don't know, but yeah, they went to a passing game, and they really didn't have really good passing concepts, and it showed. It does suck that we got out in the first round because we have way too much talent to be outed in the first round. Way too much talent, and somebody has to be held accountable for this. I think it's definitely Kevin Patullo. It might well be. Nick Sirianni gets axed for it too, but we are going to talk a little baseball. We were just talking about Don Mattingly's on the staff, and they did have a meeting with Bo Bichette via Zoom today. I hope that they found some common ground. We're going to figure out what's going to happen. Now, I told you that they're going to do some stuff, and they might have to move some guys. If you sign Bo Bichette, I think Bond's gone. I think that you move Stott over to third, and you have Turner and Bichette on the inside of that infield. Now you still don't have the catcher problem figured out. You still don't know.
You're the biggest JT Real Muto fan.
Go ahead.
I mean, you're the biggest JT Real Muto supporter. I mean, you've been harping on it for how many shows now that the catcher pitcher relationship and so important, and he's established here and you can't take it for granted. I want JT to stay too. I mean, they got to find a way to make it happen. I don't know what
done at this point.
Yeah. It's just.
I think if it was going to happen, it would have happened already. I do. It sucks that we gave up a lot to get him here. He's done a lot for this team while he was here. I get it. He's not the same guy he was when he signed that contract to come here. I get it. I do. But go around, if we go into this season with what we have on the roster, we have the 30th best catching duo in Major League Baseball.
Wow.
That's not good.
No.
We talked about it last week about potential trades and stuff like that. We'll see what happens. I know that they'll have to address it, but
give me Adley Rutschman, please.
Listen, I'll sign up for that all day.
Oh yeah.
Send Bone packing over there to
get some hitting and a catcher.
I mean, listen, if it takes getting rid of like Aiden Miller or something like that, and another potential prospect or pick or something like that to make that happen, then so be it. But then
Yep.
you get a young, up and coming catcher that has a very good bat. You get
Yep.
another right handed bat in the lineup that you desperately need on a left handed heavy lineup. You bring in a guy like Bichette, who should be hitting the second or third potentially on this team, and pushing Harper and Schwarber down to like 3 or 4 or 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So it gives you some flexibility to make some things happen. It's going to be interesting. I think hopefully within the next 2 days you hear that Bichette does become a Philadelphia Philly. I think the fact that Don Mattingly is on the staff almost guarantees that happens.
Yep.
And I do also want to touch on 2 more baseball topics before we go over to something else. I don't know if you heard, but Max Kepler got hit with
I did see this. Yeah.
a 90-game PED suspension.
Damn, just give him the whole season at that point.
Yeah, or 80-game rather. So it's
80 games.
He literally got hit for half the season.
It's a 160-game season. Yeah, it's freaking that's crazy, dude.
It's just short of half the season.
It's also crazy how many games they play in baseball too, right? Like, wow.
All right, so if you've seen how poorly he played this season, right? Does this now put Barry Bonds back in the Hall of Fame talks? Because I mean,
yeah. If every single person means
this is proof that it doesn't mean anything.
Oh, look, if you think Barry Bonds is not a Hall of Fame baseball player, you are smoking crack, okay? Listen, I don't care that his head tripled in size because of the steroids. The man has a good eye. His eye is still the same. He was a phenomenal player before the steroids, and he will be after. Then you look at a guy like Max, where he still had bad moments, and he was taking steroids. So it's like, there you go.
Oh man, but listen, sucks for Max. You got to be better. You got to do better. I still think it's more the injury rehab and recovery type stuff that why guys you use this stuff. I don't think it's about hitting the ball farther or whatever. It doesn't. It's never going to help your hand-eye coordination. It's never going to do anything like that. You either are or you aren't, with or without it. So sucks for Max. Glad that he's no longer on our payroll. It's not anything that we have to worry about. But as we're switching gears here from football to Phillies kind of being the lead role here in Philadelphia, even though that we still have Sixers basketball and we still have Flyers hockey going on. Let's not be too down on what's going on this season, because this summer we got the All-Star game back here in Philadelphia. It's the first time it's going to be back here since 1996. Right?
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
So it's going to be a fun year for our
and the World Cup
fans.
And the World Cup. How about that?
Yeah. So I mean, listen, a lot to be down about right now, but listen, it's a great time for baseball. Obviously we'll figure out what the lineup is in the coming days and weeks. I do believe Bo Bichette will be a Philadelphia Philly. And unfortunately JT Realmuto will not be. If they get both Bichette and re-sign JT,
you got Howie Roseman working for the Phillies now.
Yeah, man. We'll owe Dombrowski an apology or something.
Yeah, really. I mean, that'd be now you're getting a little carried away. And then imagine if they still bring.
I am getting a little carried away, but I mean, listen. I don't want to dwell on the Eagles stuff too much. Like I'm not your typical Negadelphian. I'm not going to try to tear every aspect of this team apart. It's it is what it is at this point in time. I think we all wanted to see the team for the better things that they could be, but now
it's crazy how reality slaps you in the face, man. It's like we just have to just move on. Like there's just like the season's over, right? Like shit.
Yeah, like listen, I'm still gonna watch playoffs the rest of the way. I'm not one of those. They're out. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching.
Yeah.
Like no, I'm gonna watch to see what could have been. We're better than this team. We should have beat this team. That's what I'm doing at that point in time.
Like I'm rooting for the Seahawks like a mother the next week. Like I can't wait for them to just kick the freaking Niners' ass.
I want to see the Niners get there because I just want to see their hearts get crushed again too. Because I think if we get a Niners Bills Super Bowl, if you think about it, the Bills and the Niners were like the teams of the 90s.
Yeah, that's a very 90s Super Bowl. It is.
Yeah. So we'll see how that all plays out. But wanted to touch on some basketball, and we'll try to get some Temple to football in a second. I don't know if you've seen this. Allen Iverson is officially a part of the Sixers front office. They brought him in for a role. What took you guys so long?
Yeah, really. I mean, shit.
Happened at any point in times over the last 5 to 7 years.
Should have happened when he was playing for the damn team. They should have given him a front office job.
Like, I have a problem with that. I don't think players that are active players in the NBA should be a part of
I say it in jest, but in all seriousness, it's such a good decision because he's only going to help. I mean, what the hell is hiring Allen Iverson to your front office at this stage in his career going to hurt you? Like, how's it going to hurt you? It's only going to help you. So, like, he's played the game at the highest level. He's the biggest, arguably next to Dr. J, the biggest legend in franchise history. And how can it hurt you? It's only going to help you. It'll help the guys in the front office, the players on the court. I mean, it's just having him in the building is a good thing.
Yes, it is a good thing, and especially when you got guys that are on the young guys on this team that they can look up to, that he can pass some knowledge on to. You still got McCain there, you still got Edge come in there, and I gotta sit there and say what we've seen over him over the past few weeks has been utterly ridiculous. I mean, he is doing everything right now. He is playing on defense. He's getting big steals. He's making amazing plays on the offensive end. Hitting threes for game winners, hitting big dunks in overtime. Like this guy is doing everything that you would want out of a guy that is in his first year. I mean, obviously he's going to make some mistakes and does and he'll figure that out with some of the veterans he has on that team. When you have a Tyrese Maxey who's playing outside of his mind like he has been the last few years, I think that it's a great thing to have Allen in there, but to have this younger nucleus attached to some of these veteran players, you have to find that balance, and I think they do have a balance. I don't know if this is a championship team that we're looking at. I can't sit there and say that right now. We're barely 2-3 months into the season. Talk to me in March. Talk to me in April when it gets down to the last handful of teams and you see what teams actually are. But I'm excited for what we got. VJ Edgecombe is probably one of the most productive rookies we had since an Allen Iverson. And that's not even taking anything away from Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid was still trying to get healthy when he was a rookie here, so we don't have to worry about that. I mean, Tyrese Maxey was a bench option when he was here his rookie year. So I mean, you have to look at the whole thing, and I'm loving what I'm seeing with the Sixers team so far.
Yeah, it's funny you said that. Maxey came in as a bench option on his rookie year, and now he's like a superstar. And then you had Michael Carter-Williams win Rookie of the Year, and then he ended up being a bench option, and now he's out of the league. So it's crazy how that works.
It is crazy how it works, and we don't get to talk about it too much, but I don't know if you've seen over the last few days, like we talk about transfer portal and all this other. Temple Owls have been bringing in some guys, man.
Okay.
We just got a couple quarterbacks transfer over. We got a couple playmakers to kind of transfer over from the We got some guys here in Temple, so I'm gonna say this: we don't give the Temple Owls enough love, especially the football program.
Yeah,
we're making moves this year. We got 2 guys from Penn State that are coming over here. I think they're one of their quarterbacks is also on that list of transfer portal and commitments and stuff like that. So, listen, guys, I know we're talking about Eagles a lot on here. Make sure you're showing the Temple Owls some love this coming season. They
play at the Eagle Stadium. Come on now.
Yeah, exactly. It's right there in Lincoln Financial Field, my friend. So
yes. So
we're talking about making sure we give all our teams in Philadelphia love with the Flyers, with the Sixers. Man, show the college football love some love too, and the Temple Owls. They haven't gotten the love that they needed or deserved at any point in time over the last few years. So I wanted to make sure once I seen that they were getting some guys to commit, that I wanted to bring that up. I definitely wanted to show some love.
Sure.
So, guys, make sure Yeah, make sure you're showing a Temple out some love this season. They put the work in. They've gotten guys to commit. There has to be actual reason you see guys leaving Penn State to come to Temple.
Yeah. They should have never. I know it was Matt Rule's decision. They should have never got rid of Matt Rule. They should have gave him out every. He was building something there, and he put them on the map.
I think it was just Matt was getting frustrated that he wasn't getting what he needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Both commitment wise and through the athletic department, he just probably wasn't getting what he wanted, and that's why he went to Nebraska.
Yeah.
Which is, in his opinion, that's a bigger program, and I can't blame him for that. But I am with you that I think they're going to rule the day they let Rule walk out the door.
Yeah,
and we have over the last few years. We've seen it. But now talking about things like we talk about, a lot of things here on this show, and I think in sports in general, but with fandom and stuff like that. But I'm trying to think of how to say this because I came across this and I don't know what I want to say about it, but I'm no longer going to give Gilly the kid the love that he gets because he's a fair weather fan, and we got the evidence to prove it here, man.
Oh, brother!
A few years ago, he was a Chiefs fan.
Oh God!
So let's pull the e-brake on that. Like, listen, I love what he does and his style and stuff like that, but I will never be, after seeing that, I will never be able to take him serious as an Eagles fan.
I know his buddy Wallow's a big Fairweather fan too. Wallow's always learning different stuff. Look, I know Gilly's from Philly. I think if I had to put my money on it, I think he's an Eagles fan now, at least in his heart. I do believe that, but I think that's a great point, Steve. That's a real picture, and it's kind of makes you wonder. It's like, oh shit, and Gilly's. I met Gilly a few months ago. I love Gilly. I'm a huge fan. Yeah. But the success last year in the viral videos with the Broom Man and JoJo and the guy a little dressed up as the little eagle egg and their dances and all that. It's the success of them winning the Super Bowl that really blew him up, I think. You know what I mean? In those dances. And now he has almost no choice but to roll with it. I'm not saying he's not a fan, but I'm just saying you can't picture Gilly now after last year ever repping a Chiefs hat or anything like that again. He's an Eagles fan now, but it is crazy to see that picture. Yeah.
All I'm just gonna say is stay true to your colors, man. Don't let
You ain't gonna catch me or you wearing no Chiefs fan in any of our old camera roll pictures.
You ain't gonna pull up any old pictures of me from Facebook or MySpace days or whatever, where I'm not wearing Philadelphia gear, man. It's
correct. Me here. Me too. Yeah.
We've been. We talk about it. It's something you're born into. We went through the dark ages. I'm not gonna even though that it's been a rough loss this year. You're not gonna sit there and watch me pick up a Bills jersey and put a Josh Allen jersey. I'm not gonna do that.
Eagles can go 0-18 for the next 20 years, and I'll be a damn Eagles fan. So it is what it is.
I'll be listen, if that's the case, if that's what the sports gods have happened to throw upon us, then listen. I was glad that I was able to sit there and watch two amazing Super Bowl runs where they were crowned the champions. I'm not going to be that guy. So
it's kind of crazy how he spent all eternity suffering as Eagle fans, no Super Bowl, and then we got 2 championships, and now it's we're back to suffering again. It feels because it's we didn't win it this year, but it's you got to appreciate what we had because we won the Super Bowl twice in the last decade.
Yeah,
so we got to appreciate that, man. But it sucks, man. You can't do it every year, and this is the biggest reality check for that statement is that we lost yesterday. It's you can't win it every year, man. It sucks.
You can't, and it's talk about it. It's so hard to sustain that type of success, to be able to repeat not just as division winners, but conference winners, Super Bowl winners.
Yeah,
there's only been a handful in league history. So
Seahawks would have done it if Malcolm Butler didn't intercept that ball. Yeah, they would have been the most recent ones, I think. Well, no, the Chiefs did it. What the hell am I talking about? The Chiefs. Yeah, the Chiefs. Yeah.
You also have
they almost three-peated shit. Yeah.
It's really hard to kind of repeat. So,
it is though.
Appreciate the time that you have as we're getting ready to put a bow on this one. Anything you want to add? Anything that's going on with you? Anything that you're working on? You want to let the people know, Justin? That the time is yours, my friend.
Appreciate that. Well, hey, no more games I'm going to this season. If you guys want to meet Brandon Graham or Jahad Campbell, I know this is very bad timing, but tomorrow in Sicklersville, New Jersey at Primo Hoagies, I personally don't know if I'm able to go or not. It's about an hour and a half from where I'm at. But if you want to go meet, it's a free event tomorrow at Primo Hoagies in Sicklerville, New Jersey. Jahad Campbell, Brandon Graham, signing autographs and taking pictures. According to their website and Instagram, it is a free from 3 to 4 p.m. Free charge. Just got to get there early, they said. So there you go. As for me, always going to be trying to work, on events still, doing events, going places, sporting events. I'm trying to get to a Sixers game soon to capture content. I'm going to try to go to a few Phillies games this summer and spring and whatnot. So the sports content this offseason, Steve, will not stop. And the Eagles content from all the stuff I've saved in my camera roll and ideas I can make with videos, it'll never stop. But in terms of sports content, it's going to have to be some new things coming up. No more games for a bit. And, I don't have any Eagles signings with players on my calendar for like the next month at least. So, but we'll see.
Don't forget this Philly card show in March, my brother.
Well, that's right. Yeah, the Philly card show in March is a big thing. And yeah, man, there's going to be events that'll pop up. Like, I didn't even know about this Primo Hoagies with Jahad Campbell and Brandon Graham until yesterday.
I think early last week, but like it's not in my general area, so it's not on my general radar. But like, I got a bunch of stuff going on too. We got Tommy Green coming on here Wednesday night, so obviously if you want to hop on, brother, you're more than welcome to. So
nice.
we also
hitter Tommy Green, no hitter.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We also got a couple combat sports interviews that I'm doing this week. I got Travis Thompson. He's going to be on the BKFC event there on February 7th, and David Feldman's brother Damon Feldman is going to be joining us, and he's got that X Rumble fighting championships that he just launched. He's the guy behind the celebrity boxing stuff and all that. So
okay. Last question for you, Steve, from my end. Who's your favorite fighter of all time?
I can't. It's so hard, dude. Like I do this all the time on my show. It's it's so hard because you have guys from different eras. Yeah, you have different weight classes. You got men. You got women.
Yeah.
Like I typically what I ask my guests is I do the Mount Rushmore because it gives you a couple options. Like, you got to remember, like there was an era of boxing that it was absolutely the golden age of the superstars for boxing. There was guys, and there was Hall of Famers from heavyweights all the way down to flyweights and super flyweight. Like there was just so many different guys to choose from. And now you look around and I think what I would compare it to is because how combat sports in general has grown, that there's parity between all the different sports, because boxing is its own sport, then MMA is kind of a mixture of a little bit of everything, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, judo, Muay Thai, kickboxing, like, so it's hard. And then you have what Bare Knuckle has been able to do over the past 5 years, which I think the reason why it's blown up so big is because of that's what fans really want. Like when we're watching, we want to see guys go in there and just. Well,
it's the most like rawest, purest form of like combat, really. I mean, it's bare knuckle.
Because people think that the glove's supposed to protect their hands, but it's not, man. It's supposed to give you more power. It does, man. You cause more damage with boxing gloves than you do with knuckles. The thing with knuckles is just you just cut easier. That's about it. Yeah, that's seriously, that's the only thing, and listen, we don't want to admit it, but as Americans, as humans in general, we got bloodlust more than people ever want to imagine. People that really love combat sports, that's what they really want. And I think that the bare knuckle, whether we're talking BKFC, BYB, if we're talking Ken Shamrock's promotion, if we're talking about promotions that are out west, like listen, that's what they're tuning into, and they're getting these fans that really like. You got to think about it. Like, how big was Kimbo Slice? He was freaking huge, and why was that? That's because like he was doing real fighting.
Those street fight videos on YouTube back in the day. Yeah, those street. He blew up. He was like a social media guy before he even existed.
Did we hurt your feelings, Buttercup? We love you too. Really?
Philadelphia is such a bad place, and we all hate it. But you still took time out of your day to chime in and write that. So, how bad do you hate your day today, sir? Thank you. But
All
thank you,
right, I'm
thank
gonna
you.
put a bow on this. I'm getting messages. The crew is gonna be on with 108 stitches baseball talk here in a few minutes. So other than that, we don't got any more trolls in the chat room. That and me and Mr. Fiorilio have gotten everything out of our system for this week's nonsense. So appreciate everyone tuning in. We will be back next week. Have plenty of stuff to talk about and debate here in the Philadelphia sports area. Other than that, I'm Steve. He's Justin. This was another episode of the JNS Philly Sports Stop. Catch you later, my friends. Peace out.
See ya.